I want to ask a question. How do you feel when you are scrolling through your social media account, seeing others' vacations, their perfect lives, while you're just sitting there comparing your real life to their carefully developed personas? Today, I will inform you how social media negatively impacts people's well-being. In my speech, you will find out the possibilities of having emotional problems and how social media separates us from our real life. You can also know why you're distracted by social media and can't be productive while doing your homework. And as a student who mainly focus on the under the interpersonal communication, social media is considered as a kind of noise while having conversations. I also grew up in an environment which social media has more and more integrated into people's life. I clearly know how social media negatively impact me and people around me. First, I will show the mental threats that social media impose to people. Next, I will explain how social media can weaken our real life connections. Finally, I will explain how social media can reduce people's ability to focus on their personal life. Let's begin by analyzing some phenomena brought by social media. There are some problems that are caused by using social media. Social media negatively influence the mental health of adolescents and young people. Young people are still in an age that requires for the clearly positive guidance. And according to Jocelyn Gleist, a professor of University of Hull, who wrote the book Social Media and Young People Mental Health in 2019, he said social media can be associated with body image concerns. Research indicates that when using the social media, young people and women in their teens can negatively view their body with the non-users. Second, cyberbullying is a significant problem which makes people feel distressed when using social media, and it exists in a variety of forms. First, it can include the posting of hurtful comments online, threats, and videos towards people. Using social media can bring too much negative information, which falsely informs people. Consistently exposing to bad news will lead to mental health issues. According to Tara Golden, a writer who wrote My Brain Has Too Many Tabs Open in 2021, she said doom scrolling is the act of continuously scrolling from the negative news and leading to the feelings of anxiety and depression due to the overwhelming negative contact. Now I have discussed the mental problems brought by social media. Let's talk about its impacts towards our real life. Social media can drive us from our social cycle and weaken our social connections. Even though more and more people are using social media, they still feel lonely today. The contrast between the procedural connections and the real connections is a significant aspect of how social media can negatively impact people. According to Laura Otti, who wrote a newsletter on Psychology Today, she said for many traditional social media like Twitter and Instagram may technically connect to others, but frequently those are performative interactions rather than meaningful human conversations. I like you post versus I understand something about you and I want you to understand me too is different. Social media can also harm intimate partner relationships, decrease time in communication, and reduce engagement in mutual life can negatively brought by the problems by social media. According to Monica Vermani, who wrote a newsletter on Psychology Today in 2023, she said that 51% of people are in a committed relationship report that their partner are sometimes driven by their cell phone and while they are trying to have a conversation, and 4 of 10 said that at least sometimes bothered by amount of time their partner spend on their websites. Other aspects of using social media can also cause threats towards intimate relationships. Partners can often feel threatened by the third party in the social media, and these forms of engagement can lead to insecurities and an erosion of trust and relationship breakdown. Now I have discussed how social media impact people's real life. I will explain how it reduces people's productivity. There are different reasons that cause a reduction in productivity. A key factor contributing to this factor is an addictive nature of social media, and which is driven by the release of dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter associated with feelings and of pleasure. It released when individuals receive notifications, likes, and new followers on social media. And psychologists contribute to dopamine highs to a theory as random reinforcement, unconditional schedule in which a reward or punishment does not happen every time a desirable behavior occurs. The use of social media greatly derives people's attention span. Social media can cause sleep depression that in turn reduce the worker's productivity. And scrolling through the news in front of before going to bed will decrease the full night's sleep. According to Thrive Global, who published the article Social Media Impact on Work Productivity in 2021, it says social media promotes inside the box thinking. Multiple studies have also linked the rise of herd mentality with the increased using of social media. Studies support that the heavy use of social media negatively impact people's productivity. According to St. Cloud Technical Community College, who published the article How Social Media Affects Student Productivity in 2020, how social media in January 2020, a study from India has done to measure how social media affects IT employees' work productivity. The result revealed that those who heavily use social media will easily be distracted and from their work, not meeting their deadlines, and also have a tendency to seek disapproval and experience sleep deprivation, back pain, and eye strain. Now I have finished how social media reduced people's productivity. Let's begin to the conclusion. First, I showed the mental threat that social media imposes to people. Next, I explained how social media can weaken our real-life social connections. Finally, I explained how social media can reduce people's productivity and ability to be focused. In conclusion, studies have revealed that an average person spends about 2.3 hours per day on their phones, with social media occupying a significant portion of this time. This habit has been linked to reduced attention spans, with heavily social media users finding it more challenging to shift focus between tasks. And more people should focus on how the social media negatively impact their life and how to solve these problems. Thank you.